I'm very excited to announce our next storyteller who is actually fresh off of winning the Twin Cities Grand Slam on Monday. It hasn't even been on a week. He still has the Grand Slam vibe to him, so I'm very excited to bring him up. When I asked him what he wanted written on his tombstone, he said it would be, he had no regrets. Yes. Give it up for my man, Gregory Pickett!
I am human and I need to be loved just like everybody else does. Thank you. That's the opening theme song to this awesome fantasy drama TV show from back in the day called Charmed. In fact, I believe Netflix recently brought it back. But without the awesome theme music, so screw you, Netflix. So this TV show is about these three sisters who discover that they're witches. And they use their powers for good. And I just love this show. Don't judge me. And I would think to myself sometimes, you know what? One day I'm gonna marry myself a witch. I think that would be kind of cool. So one day, I married myself a witch. Not as cool as I thought it was gonna be. Now, she was not the perky, San Francisco-based, crime-fighting kind of witch from Charmed. Nor was she the cool, laid-back, stoner, hippie, Wiccan kind of witch. Nah, she was straight up old school Puerto Rican bruja with the santeria y palo, you know? Now, to be fair, she tried to warn me on our first date because her answer to the question, well, what is your faith? Was, oh, I'm into some shit. And I said, oh, that clears it right up, doesn't it? And she started to laugh. And I heard that laugh and I saw that smile and I said, that's who I want to spend the rest of my life with. So I said, okay, so she's a witch. Cool, I always wanted to marry a witch. Maybe she'll be the crime-fighting kind. Maybe I'll get my own TV show. But here's the thing. In all the time that we dated, I didn't see any magic being done. No spells being casted. No demons summoned forth. So I started to believe that this whole magic that she did as a witch was some sort of metaphor for positive energy or good intentions or some such nonsense. So I married her. And we were living in Chicago at the time, and when we got married, we moved up to Minnesota. And I got a job as a paraprofessional working with special needs children at a school in Minneapolis. And I had this coworker. She was a much, much older white lady. And we had nothing in common. I know this because I would listen to her blather on and on and on, day in, day out, day after day, about her many years of life. She's all, oh yeah, I remember my dad telling me stories of his great-granddad having to wrestle a bear or two in his day. Oof, da. That's just the way it was growing up on the Iron Range. Now, not being from Minnesota, I had no idea what the Iron Range was. So my mind made this connection to the Iron Islands, which can be found in the Game of Thrones television series. So I began to believe that this coworker was either going senile or was just plain crazy, because she truly believed she spent her childhood summers in a mythical place. And every day there were more variations of these ancient stories, day in, day out, day after day. One day I come home from work and I was just defeated. Excuse me. I was sitting in the kitchen, blank face, slack jaw, and my wife sees me. She said, "Oh my God, what's wrong?" And I said, "Oh God, she just talk. She don't stop talking. All she do is talk. And you know what? I think she's crazy, and I think I'm crazy. I keep listening." And my wife says, "You want me to shut her up?" I said, "Yeah, I do. Do some of your Bruja stuff that you do. Some of that trabajo, as you call it." And she says, "Write her name down on this piece of paper." And I write the name down on the piece of paper, and then I retreat into the man cave for a couple of well-deserved hours of video game time. So after a couple of hours, I decided to take a break. I use the bathroom, I'm washing my hands. And I think to myself, I should probably check in on the proceedings because I don't know what "you want me to shut her up" means. So I walk into the kitchen, which is now dimly lit, which was a shock to me because I didn't know we had a dimmer switch in the kitchen. But there you go, it was a dim room. And my wife is standing over the table, and she's kind of muttering something in another language. It was probably Spanish. Could have been ancient Aramaic, I don't know. But the following items were on the kitchen table. There was a small cylindrical-looking jar with a clear, viscous-looking kind of liquid inside of it. There was a black candle that was recently burned. There was black dog hair from her chihuahua. There was half a lemon. What the fuck? And there was a piece of paper with my name written down, and then the coworker's name written over my name. And this was written 1, 2, 3 times. And I'm taking all of this in, and my wife says, "It is done." To which I replied, "Creepy." But I tell you, the next day, I go to work, and this coworker said no more than 10 words to me the whole day. "Good morning." "Oh, pardon me." And of course, "Bye, have a nice day." And I thought, oofda, it worked. I am human, I need to be loved. And when I say it worked, I mean it worked day in, day out, day after day. Until the day I left that job, that coworker never said more than 10, maybe 20 words to me in a day. And one day I mentioned it to my wife. I said, "Hey babe, your trabajo is pretty strong there." And she says, "Never question my magic again." And with a flourish, she storms out of the kitchen. Now, I don't know why in my memory she was wearing a cape, but there you go. She was wearing a cape. And in that moment, I had 2 thoughts. One, okay, magic is real. Fuck me, I didn't see that coming. And 2, there's gotta be a TV show in this for me somehow. Thank you.
Give it up again for Gregory Pickett.